Hi guys, it's Miss Billie, and I am just checking in with you today and going to give you some ideas about anxiety. Last week, we talked about how sometimes our mind spirals when we get nervous about things, and maybe we're thinking about and worrying about things that has happened to us in the past and they're kind of surfacing and coming to the present. Or we're worrying about things that might happen to us, and it's scary that those things might happen. So I wanted to give you an example with my kids again to show you what that might look like if we could see our thoughts, if we could see some of the anxiety that's going on inside of our head. So my kids here again are here to help. Grayson here is representing the past. Lainey would be the present. And Grant is going to be the future, okay? And so Lainey, let's use her in our example here. She is you. She is going to be you in the moment. You're feeling nervous and you're feeling scared about some things going on in your life. And she will represent the present moment. So they are holding a rope here. I'm going to have them stretch that out for me so that you can see the rope. And we want her thoughts to stay in that moment and flying around. There might be bugs flying around, but there's no bees flying around right now. So those are present thoughts that you could be experiencing right now. Sometimes, though, our thoughts jump to the future, and Grant represents our future here. So Grant, what would be an example of some future thoughts that could be tied to a bee or being afraid of bees?
A swarm would attack me, or someone who I love, bees.
Right. That is exactly right. So I'm not sure if you could hear that, but his future thought would be, his future concerns might be, a swarm of bees are going to come and sting me and hurt me, or maybe they're going to hurt my family. And those are really scary thoughts that are popping into his head. What we have to keep in mind in those moments, though, those are just thoughts, and that is not really happening right now. They're just fears that they might happen. They're concerns that they might happen. So now let's imagine that the rope is tugged over to the past. So again, these are thoughts related to the past. Grayson, what would be some examples of past thoughts that you might be having?
I got stung 3 times. What if it happens again? I really don't want it to happen again.
Right. So that is a really good example there about some past thoughts. He was stung 3 times once, all at one time. He was stung, and it was very scary for him. But that's the interesting thing about our thoughts is that a lot of times when we have thoughts that are in the past or something that has happened to us in the past, we all of a sudden start to have this tug of war of thoughts where we start to jump to some future thoughts too. So he has his previous thought of, I was stung 3 times, and then it jumps to future thoughts of, I hope that doesn't happen again. I'm scared that I'm going to get stung like that again. That hurts so bad. And all of a sudden, our thoughts bounce back and forth and back and forth. And you can see Lainey, who is you in your scared moment, her body is still in that present moment. It's still in the now, but her thoughts are bouncing back and forth. And what we have to do when we're experiencing that, because that is anxiety right there. If we could see anxiety, it would be your thoughts bouncing back and forth and back and forth. We need to try and pull those thoughts into the moment where your body is, into the present where your body is. So that's when it's helpful to calm yourself down and to try to take some deep breaths and slow some of those thoughts down. So she's taking her deep breaths, and as you can see, the rope and the tug of war that is going on is also slowing down. And then she's able to say things like,
there's no bees around me, it's windy and cold, and these are just my thoughts that are happening.
Yep, that's exactly right. So once you're able to ground yourself, once you're able to pull yourself into that moment, whether that's through some of the deep breathing types of things that we showed you last time, or whether it's doing a grounding activity, once you're able to calm those thoughts, you can control those thoughts better. And you can remind yourself, you know what, my body is right now in the present. I need to make sure my thoughts stay in the present too. Okay? So let me know what questions you have with that, and I would be glad to help you. But try that sometime. When you start having a tug of war with your thoughts where things are bouncing from the past to the future, try to pull those thoughts into the present and to pay attention. Okay, is that really going on right now? Or is it something that I'm just scared is going to happen? Or I'm worried it's going to be a repeat of something else that happened? Okay? Thanks so much. See you next time.